Yep, we're live. Say happy 4th of July, Hannah.
Happy 4th of July, Hannah.
All right. Now, we are about to enter the town of Merryville, and the school where I teach, softball field's right over here to the side. We are walking with Ernie Andrus again. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around. So you look at where we are, there's Mr. Ernie Andrus, 97 years old. He's gonna enter the Pacific Ocean, put his foot in that on his 100th birthday or thereabouts. He has walked from the Atlantic and he's walking to the Pacific. He walked from the Pacific to the Atlantic a few years ago, and he's walking again. We're walking with him. And this is where I work, y'all. That's the softball field, and the football field is over there. And I'm gonna stay with us here live. And you check out Coast to Coast Runs 2019, Coast to Coast Run 2019 on YouTube. Check out coasttocoastruns.com on the internet. And the Facebook link will be down below when I put all this together. I want to thank everybody for joining. I don't know who's all in the chat, but thank you. And Ernie is walking across to raise awareness for the upkeep and maintenance of an LST World War II ship, the type of ship he served on in World War II. He was born in 1923, and he will complete his journey in California in 2023. So, this is the group we've got walking with us today.
Wanted this thing ready to record right now.
And Mr. John Milton is about to record. He is running the YouTube channel and going with Mr. Ernie on this journey. Got 4 in the chat right now. Eli. Say happy 4th of July, Eli. All right. That's my son, y'all know Eli. There's the football stadium, Keener Cagle Stadium, where I do announcing on Friday nights in the fall. Run my big mouth as we watch our hometown football team win or lose or whatever the case may be. The cheerleaders are supposed to be out here when Mr. Ernie, right up there, gets close to the school. I couldn't think of a better thing to do on 4th of July than walk Mr. Ernie Andrus as he goes through this leg of his journey across the country and passes through the town where I teach in the little area where I live. We've got folks from Krotz Springs, Louisiana, Ragley, Louisiana, Longville, Louisiana joining us. Even some from Texas. By the way, if you want to know where we're located, Texas is about 3 miles that way. Texas is about 3 miles that way. Sabine River about 3 miles that way. This little town is on the Sabine River, and school's just on the outskirts of town. So there's our little football stadium. Merryville has about 1,200 people in the town, so population 1,200 or thereabouts. That was 2010 census, so don't know what this one will be, but probably hadn't changed, probably less.
Maybe more. Maybe. Well, you gotta show the field where Sam Houston.
When I first came here 15 years ago, those pine trees were a field. They had cattle in it.
Are you gonna show them the Sam Houston?
Buffalo out there.
They had buffalo in this one, or the buffalo were in that one over there? They were in, okay, the bison were in this one. You can see the gym over there for the school where I teach.
I was born here.
My father-in-law.
Supposed to have some cheerleaders as we walk past the school. Mr. Ernie walks 3.5 miles every day, every other day. 3.5 miles every other day as on his journey across the country. He did it a few years ago, running 8 But now, he said he's gonna do it a little slower and do 3.5 every day, or every other day. He'll cross into Texas on Monday. So just letting my viewers know, I couldn't think of anything better than my family to come out here on 4th of July and walk with Mr. Ernie as he walks through our little area of the country on his trip across this great land. So happy 4th of July.
Are you gonna show them the sign?
What's the sign?
The Sam Houston birth sign.
Sam Houston birth sign. All right, Sam Houston Jones. That's not Sam Houston. It's Sam Houston Jones, a different fella. He was governor of Louisiana between Jimmy Davis's administration. Jimmy Davis sang "You Are My Sunshine," and he was governor, and then Sam Houston Jones was governor, and then Sammy Davis was governor again. Not Sammy Davis. Jimmy Davis, my bad. Sammy Davis was somebody completely different. Jimmy Davis. So here's the group we're walking with Mr. Ernie this morning. Looks like we got 7 viewing. I can't see what the chat's saying, but I think I got live chat on now. Thank you. They said happy 4th of July, Big Lou. Thank you very much. Go Marco. Mr. Andrus has a book. You can buy it at his website, coasttocoastruns.com. It's his memoirs about growing up in the Great Depression. I purchased it the other day and started reading it, and it's very, very interesting. He was born in 1923 during Prohibition, and he was 18 years old when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. All right. It's going to be a good video. This is John Milton. He's running the Coast to Coast Run 2019 YouTube channel and documenting this. Please go and subscribe to that channel. Coast to Coast Run 2019. If you watch me, watch him go across, make his journey across the country. They're posting videos every other day of each leg of his journey as he runs between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. And he'll enter Texas, the great state of Texas, on Monday, and he'll come out of the great state of Texas, I don't know, several years later. That's a big state.
At least a year.
At least a year through Texas. Folks, you get on the I-10 and you enter Texas at Orange. It says El Paso, 819 miles. That's a big state. That's a big state.
Well, they're gonna go north when they get to Jasper and go up to Lufkin.
Okay, so they're going walking to Jasper and then walking up to Lufkin. They're going that way. They don't take the I-10 route, but I-190 route, basically.
Eventually over to Waco, then pretty much due west.
And then to Waco and then due west. We're on the highway, Louisiana Highway 110 right now, and almost at the end of it where it'll rejoin 190. But he basically follows the 190 route, except when you can cut off some time by going through other state highways and stuff like this one. So my former principal used to live in that home. That was the old principal's home, been there for a long time. And the school where I teach, the land was donated by Rice University back in the early 1900s. Of course, they rebuilt it. The old school was torn down in the 80s and they rebuilt it. Listen to Mr. Ernie talk for a minute. Mr. Ernie, these pretty girls up here, the cheerleaders, they're gonna cheer you on. I was wondering if you'd be able to say "Go Panthers" when we get by there.
Is somebody here went to high school here?
Yes. I got an 8th grader that's here from the 8th grader that's joining, and she went to high school here up through 10th grade. Before.
I know, it makes me feel like she quit. Yeah. She went up to 10th grade and then they kicked her out.
She went up to 10th grade and they kicked her out.
She was too smart for the school.
She goes, I feel like I have to defend her. Like, she goes to a really awesome private school now.
Not a private school, but a public boarding school. Louisiana School for Math, Science, and the Arts, which is one of the top schools in the state of Louisiana. So say hi, Hannah. Say happy 4th of July, Hannah. July, Hannah. You see how smart she is? Golly.
She can repeat
Instruction very well.
So far, I live in, like I said, El Paso, and last October I went to.
There's the Merryville cheerleaders.
Thank you, girls, for coming out this morning.
Y'all on YouTube. Y'all on YouTube.
Oh, you pretty girls, get up front here with Mr. Ernie. Come on now. Come on now. That's a photo op you did. We get something guys together. Just saying. All right, guys. That's all. Coming in.
Miss-
Go back around here because his shoulder's fixing to stop.
I have a cap, sunshades, my eyeballs on, and it still doesn't interfere with these headphones. These are awesome.
All those cheerleaders up there, I have taught or will teach.
Send this to me, babe.
The little one up there hadn't taught yet.
Do you have him on Messenger?
Huh?
John Morton?
Yeah, hadn't taught her yet. But Harley and Marley and Kiki and Riley.
Just go send it to me in messages. So, what do you do? Oh, boo?
All right, guys, that's the school where I teach. It's behind that tree. My classroom was way over there. That's the library. So just letting y'all know to follow my channel. That's where we are. And it's right next to the cemetery where they say Leather Britches is buried. I'll let you look that up on YouTube or on Google it or whatever.
Yeah, his marker's back over here, but they really don't know where he's buried.
But they said they buried him face down so he couldn't dig out. That's how bad a dude he was. Anyway, well, my daughter, Hannah, y'all know Hannah, she says hi, Hannah, a lot, right? When she started school here, they told her the school was haunted because the cemetery is right next to it, and she was so scared to come back to school. Anyway, we're going to end it here. Happy 4th of July. We're walking with Mr. Ernie Andrews. Please check out coasttocoastruns.com and check out the YouTube channel Coast to Coast Run 2019. Once I finish this run here, I'll put all that stuff in the description box. If you see the YouTube video I did the other day when we were walking with Mr. Ernie on the 2nd, the links are down below that video, and later this afternoon I'll get them below this video. Thank y'all for watching.
I think I got it.
Big Blue Barbecue, gracias por mirar.